Number 5. Reptile from Spyro 2 Reptile's Rage. Yeah, I know, you were probably expecting me to put a Spyro villain on the list. But out of all the villains in the series, this one is the most memorable. Reptile, in my opinion, has a more of a badass evil laugh than Dr. Cortex does. Aside from that, he was a great wizard, having a horrible hatred for dragons, taking a powerful crystal for his own use, and even go so far as to feeding a fairy to gulp. And let me just say that the boss battle with him was pure epic. And there are 3 things that makes Reptile stand out from all the other Spyro villains. Sometimes he can be threatening.
So, you thought you had gotten rid of me? Well, I'm afraid not.
Sometimes he can be hilarious.
Go, you imbecile! You ate my scepter!
And other times he can be a whiny little ass.
No! 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 Come back here, you useless animals!
I think my favourite scene is when he confronts Moneybags and scares the living shite out of him.
Boo. Why you?
It's disappointing to see that this was his only good appearance in the series. His appearance in Enter the Dragonfly wasn't hilarious nor threatening. It was just generic.
Oh, we meet again, little dragon. I'm back, and I'm stronger than ever.
With a slimy personality and a kick-ass evil laugh, Reptile still continues on to be Avalar's worst nightmare. Number 4. Chaos from Sonic Adventure. This is probably my favourite side villain in the Sonic franchise. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Mephiles or Black Doom, but this guy's just so monstrous and cunning that he deserves the 4th spot of the countdown. Obviously he starts out as a minion for Eggman, but later betrays him, takes all the Chaos Emeralds and transforms into a monstrous water creature. He's one of the Sonic villains that doesn't need to talk nor show hate. He just appears in front of the protagonist and attacks without question. That is until the end of the game, where after being defeated by Super Sonic, he switches from a beast back to a guardian, and leads to what I consider one of the most heartwarming moments in a Sonic game. But until that happens, Chaos is still the blood-hungry monster made from the Arctic Ocean. Number 3. Dr. Nefarious from Ratchet & Clank 3. God, this has to be the most diabolical villain of the countdown. Why? Because not only is he evil, he enjoys every single second of it, evilly laughing non-stop. On top of that, he's also the funniest villain on the list, and this is probably one of his hilarious moments.
You are my robot lover. Make my sparkles go zap, zap, zap with your love. Lawrence!
What's interesting about Nefarious is that his enemies aren't Ratchet and Clank, it's Captain Quark. This is revealed during the Quark VidComic cutscenes. He also has a lot of minions: Terranoids, troopers, a robotic butler, a doppelganger of Clank, and even a robotic pop star that parodies Britney Spears. Jesus almighty!
This goes out to all you robots across the galaxy. It's time for you and me to rise up and strike back. Don't stop until we dominate. Won't you feel great when we exterminate all organic life?
You wanna know what his evil scheme is? Causing extinction to organic life and turning everything into robots. Jesus, does that mean he's responsible for Cybertron? Ah well. But Nefarious, with his great comedy and humour, is what makes him land on the number 3 spot. Number 2. Core from Jak 2. This guy nearly made it to number 1. He's probably one of the most scariest villains in 3D platformers. Like Natla, he becomes an ally to the protagonist and later betrays the protagonist. And this scene has to be the scariest moment with Core.
Jack! It's the Metalhead leader!
You know, in my opinion, Core is the only good villain in the Jak and Daxter series. I'm gonna confess, I was never fond of the other Jak and Daxter villains, but good old Naughty Dog was determined to make a villain that would scare the shit out of us, and Jesus Christ did they exceed. Core he could have made it to number 1, but in my opinion, he's number 2. Okay, before number 1 is revealed, let's do a little recap.
And it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life you see. The devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil, and I do it all for free. Your tears are all the pay I'll ever need, and I do it all for free. Your tears are all the pay I'll ever need.
So who could possibly top all of those great villains? Well, I'm gonna give you the answer right here, right now. Let's cut the waiting and reveal the number 1 3D platformer villain. Constable Neela from Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of people getting confused over my decision, but let me explain. Neela is another double crosser like Natla and Core, yes, but she doesn't have any minions, powers, nor any fighting moves either. And if that's not enough for you, let's take a look at what she's done. She betrayed the Cooper gang, framed Carmelita, starts a war with the Contessa, gets the Contessa arrested and takes position as captain, tries to blow up the Cooper gang, betrays and kills the leader of the Claw gang, and takes the Clockwork body all to herself so she can terrorize the world. There! I said it! Now you know why she's number 1. And even if that's not enough for you, at the end of the game she injures Bentley, which is the reason why he's in the wheelchair in the 3rd game. See? See? Words cannot describe how evil this villain is. Neela was everything evil, everything cunning, and everything hateful, and near the end of the game shows the true blood-hungry monster that lies under her skin. If there was one thing I find funny about Neela though, is that she's a bit similar to Lara Croft if you think about it. They both have British accents and have similar type of clothing. Aside from that though, I think I've made it very clear to why Neela's number 1. And if you still disagree with me, that's fine, it's just a matter of opinion anyway. But you still can't escape the fact that this villain is nothing more than a blood-hungry double-crossing bitch. And there you have it folks, the top 10 3D platformer villains. I hope you enjoyed this list and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out!